Hello everyone, welcome back to a new game. Today in the bottom right, spawning as the red Protoss player playing for Team Axel. It's going to be none other than MaxPax. And in the top left, spawning as the blue Zerg player playing for Team Kaisi Gaming. It's going to be Solar. Expanding very rapidly. Moves forward a little bit with one of his drones and then boom, straight away back to his natural where he throws down his 16 hatchery. We see MaxPax scouting after his first gateway. MaxPax is one of the guys that has been really liking playing those nexus after gateway straight away. 17, 18 nexus going into double gas is one of his favorite builds. Honestly, he's been liking it, and I've been liking watching him play. It's been fun. He has so many cool strategies. He has so many build orders, and all of them kind of revolve around this early game idea of that 17 or 18 nexus before assimilators. And that's exactly what he's going to be doing here. So he takes his second assimilator once again. He's going to be moving down to take that core as well. You see Solar deadly afraid of a cannon rush because not only is MaxPax a pretty legendary video gamer when it comes to his openers with the Gateway Nexus, he also used to be a massive cannon rusher. And you see Solar, even though he is a Korean Zerg, does know that he is aware, like, hey, wait a second, this kid knows how to cannon rush, let me just patrol a drone here and there. So MaxPax instilling fear in all of his opponents. So that they follow this up with a 20 hatch third base. So this is a hatchery timing that you can't really use if your natural gets blocked, but if your natural doesn't get blocked, you can do it. It delays your queens a little bit, but it gets you faster creep at the third base, and I think it's like slightly better economy wise, but really only slightly. Just because you have a faster hatchery doesn't mean you're actually getting much more out of it, because usually as a Zerg in the early game you do tend to have enough larva, and you don't have the drones to saturate that base anyway. So I can't quite remember what the advantage was money-wise, but I remember there being like a very slight economical advantage. I'm not quite sure where that comes from though. Maybe it's because you delay one of the queens a little bit and you can get slightly more drones. But like I said, I'm not actually completely aware of why that is or what the case is. We see a Stargate coming out of MaxPax here, and we have a second adept as well as a Warp Gate. Queen throws down his first tumor, is going to continue throwing down tumors. On a map like Romanticide, it just tends to be so difficult to get any type of creep spread out that you might as well start as early as you can, because otherwise it's going to be complete hell. After that second adept pops, MaxPax decides, okay, I know I won't be able to do any damage with this adept, but the least I can do is to try and get a little bit of vision. Just check his natural drone count, and that's exactly what he's going to be doing. He counts, he's like, okay, that's about 12. No, it was actually 12. Wow. Quick counting there, Kevin. Yeah, I was going to say it's about 12 or 11 drones, and then he's just going to go back home. He's going to be happy with seeing that amount of drones. He didn't see any extra links pop, so he's going to be pretty glad here that nothing crazy is happening. He's going to go into double gas from here, and that usually means that we're going to be seeing heavier tech in the early game of PvZ. Like if you get 4 gas before third base, ooh, second Stargate. Now this could be for a couple of things. First of all, wild prediction, this could be for Tempest. We have been seeing him play a little bit of Tempest, but it could also just be for more standard, like straight Phoenix. I do like straight Phoenix a lot. Could also still be carrier, by the way, now that I see the fleet beacon. So there's a couple of options here. We've seen Zest use a lot of straight 2-base carrier, and we've seen MaxPax use a little bit more of that 2-base Tempest. So very curious to see which one MaxPax is going to be using. So we see the pylon go down. It's gonna get a Nexus here as well. This is all being done off of 2 adepts, by the way. So double adept shenanigans. Only single Stargate units. So this is smelling a lot already to me, like some double Stargate shenanigans. Could also be like a one Stargate unit into those really rapid 6 gates with Glaive, for example. Don't forget that there really is no info here for Solar. He sees nothing, and I mean, these Tempest could just be extra gateway, so he does need a Roach Warren. He's gonna need extra queens, and then it's important for him to know, like, hey, what's popping out on the map, and maybe even he needs to get a couple of blind roaches. Like, is that something that he could potentially be needing? I think it might be, yeah. It's definitely something I could see happen here. It's like, well, like you're gonna need a couple of roaches in case it is like 12 or 15 or 20 adepts, you know? Like what else are you gonna do? And we see 2 more adepts being warped in. These adepts are trying to push these links away so that the Tempest can split up across the map. We're gonna see, yep, Void Ray, Flux Veins. Here are those 7 roaches. So I think this kind of worked, this play with those 3 adepts and the Void Ray. It's like, hey, I want you to build a couple of roaches, buddy. Like, I'm not sure if you know what I'm doing, but I know what I'm doing, and it's gonna be scary for you. And it indeed is very scary. You see 7 over. Oh, this is looking like a. Wait, is this a Nidus? Oh, this is a. Oh, it's a Queen drop. It's hitting way too late. It's gonna have to Queen drop. Oh, it's terrible. Not turning this. Yeah, okay. He needs to cancel this plan as well. He's gonna Queen drop. Yeah, right now he's getting a Spire straight away. He loses 3 of his workers already. Make that 4. See, first workers going down over here as well. Bang, bang, bang. 6 workers go down. 6 drones down the drain immediately. The Void Rays move forward. This is so cool because once you have 1 Tempest in a location, queens need to go there. You can't not have queens there. Otherwise, you're just going to keep losing drone after drone after drone because you're outranging the Spore as a Protoss. So you can just send the Void Rays forward and cancel the Fort Base, and that's exactly what's happening here. I mean, he just canceled the Fort Base. He's going to kill a couple more drones. Oh, MaxPax. Actually struggling a little bit with that Spore there. Void Ray is most likely going to be moving up towards this base after this gets spotted. Meanwhile, at home, there are some shenanigans happening as well. MaxPax feels confident enough, like, hey buddy, I don't think I need my other Void Rays here. He's going to take out this base as well. He says, oh, you go ahead, my friend. I don't give a crap. And once again, MaxPax seems to be right. He has +1 on the way already. He's getting +1 attack. I would love if he adds a bunch of gateways and if he gets his charge going. He isn't quite doing that yet, but can't win them all, I guess. He now is meeting up the Void Rays with the single Tempest, and this Tempest is still, what's the 7 kill Tempest, all of these drones. Can we get 8? Can we get 8? Yeah, we can get 8. 8 on this. 9? Oh, we can get 9. Can we get, okay, no 10. He's gonna wait and recharge a little bit of shields unless he decides to sacrifice his Tempest. It reminds me a bit of the Battle Cruiser Harass, except with bigger range and they're slightly slower and they can't actually fight queens. But everything else seems pretty similar here, and MaxPax is he's still being very aggressive with these Void Rays, which I don't really like too much. I mean, look at the situation here. What are we looking at? We're looking at 71 workers for MaxPax, 132 army supply against 129. Why are we out on the map currently? I don't know. What is the point? I mean, we're denying fort bases. Oh, right now, okay. This is one of the cool things about having split Tempest, is that you'll realize once something is going on. Like, one of the Tempests will die before the other one, most likely. What is the Corruptor count? 11 Corruptors? Oh, he's gonna just give up the Tempest. Oh! There's no way. There's no way. Yeah. Dude, that was a sick play, though. He sacrificed the Tempest to try to go in for a dive on this base. He still thinks he can be. I think he needs to recall, buddy. I think you need to recall. I mean, I like you, but this is... Okay, gets 1 Corruptor. If the queens are close by, where did the queens go? Queens tried to go into the main base. Now queens are gonna go back. But yeah, if the queens show up, I mean, you do need to fly away with these Void Rays. 10 versus 10. I think 1 Void Ray ended up going down there. Maybe 2. Killed 2-3 Corruptors as well, though. Probably needs to, yeah, I can't turn around. I was gonna say probably needs to turn around. Then immediately I realized that wasn't gonna be it. Now there's no Archons here with this army. Just having 1 Archon here would be so helpful because it completely zones these Corruptors away. That's 1 Corruptor for a Void Ray. It's 2 Corruptors for a Void Ray. That's a decent trade here for MaxPax, who's actually up in workers, who's actually going to be up in income once he saturates this fort base that he has. So it has a Prism out. I would love to see some Archons. There we go. 4 Templars are being warped in right now. And with the Void Ray army that he already has, he's looking extremely healthy right now. He is looking just so freaking healthy. Oh, I love this. I really do like this. A couple of workers perhaps going into the gases. No, doesn't seem to be the case. 5th base not being taken yet either. 90 workers is pushing it a little bit. We're going to see some major oversaturation at one of the bases, I can only assume. No. Hello? Where's all the probes? I really thought we were going to see... Oh, okay, there we go. He already sent them away, yeah. Like, this time in the game, I think 82 or 81 might be enough. But 90 is really pushing it. Not necessary. MaxPax moving in, however. Void Rays using their overcharge. Going to be targeting down 1 or 2 of these Corruptors here. I am not too sure about this. I am not too sure about this. He's gonna need to return back home. Storm has started. Archons perhaps can be used here. Yeah, bad move here out of Solar. Very, very poor move. He's gonna lose a bunch of Corruptors for free. Supply still heavily in favor of MaxPax, who by the way send in a Prism and a bunch of Zealot into the main and into the third base. Now, the reason why I didn't like this attack was for one very simple reason. That's because there's no freaking Hive yet. There's no need to attack if you're a Protoss player and your opponent does not have a Hive. Now, MaxPax usually is one to be kind of overly aggressive. You know, he is someone that has some aggression issues in StarCraft 2. Outside of StarCraft, a very calm person, but inside of StarCraft, probably a little bit too eager to kill at times. You're like, oh, that looks like I have an advantage of half a probe. Let me just move across the map and aim. And sometimes MaxPax, that's not quite how it works. He does a very good control, but you can have very good control. Sometimes you just don't have an advantage big enough. Right now he's going to be in a little bit of trouble. This looks like a Corruptor Queen Roach Ravager walk at 12 minutes, which is extremely late. We see the Void Rays popping. Where's the rest of the army? Is this it? Oi, 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 oi. This is it. He has nothing else. Corruptors are going to go down. There is still a lot of Void Rays available, and there's 2 carriers now as well. It's 9 Queens against 11 Void Rays and 2 carriers. There is +2 on those bad boys. I am not sure if Solar can kill this. Sure, there's a bunch of Queens, but he has no upgrades on any of these ground units. There's no carapace upgrades, and I know 9 Queens are very powerful, but I mean, so are 11 Void Rays, and yep, this is looking very, very good for MaxPax. Sure, the supply is still not in his favor, but with these +2 upgrades, this is actually not looking half bad. If he doesn't lose an extra base, if he's not going to lose another 20 workers, I think this will be absolutely fine. And yep, here we go. Gets pushed back. There's no upgrades here for Solar. We have a Ling run by going towards the 5th base, which is now the 4th base, which used to the base formerly known as the 5th, now known as the 4th, will be defended by a quick Zealot warp in. Terrible upgrade here for Solar, by the way. It's been struggling so much to get a 4th base going. Has not been capable of doing that. This first Queen is gonna go down, another Queen is gonna go down, and once the Prismatic Alignment starts, I mean, these Corruptors are just gonna fall like flies. +2 upgrades on these Void Rays being so useful. There we go, GG gets called as MaxPax wins another game with his honestly beautiful Tempest rushes that he's been doing a lot lately, and I've been having a blast watching him. So thanks so much for MaxPax for sending the replay. Thank you guys so much for watching all of these videos. Don't forget to hit the like button as well as subscribe. These things help a lot, and we'll hopefully see you all next time for a new video. Bye bye.